Greetings and welcome into Ankh Plays. We're here in Dwarf Fortress in the hamlet of Anvilseal, in Fortress mode, of course, and it looks like we are starting episode 15 here. Now, those of you that continued watching from 14 will remember that we've gotten our first wagon full of traders that have come through. You can see the wagon on the screen right now. And there's a whole bunch of different assets that they have brought that we will need to trade for. So that will be our first order of business today. The dwarves have been pretty busy working on some stuff, though. And so we'll talk a little bit about the goals briefly, about what we're trying to get done in this episode. And then, of course, we'll jump right into it because we've got to figure out what we are going to trade to our civilization, the Tapered Irons. So the goals for this episode are going to be, at least we want to finish building all of the dwarven homes that we've committed to building. We've just got a few dwarves left who need homes. I think there's about 7 more dwarves that still need a place to call their own. You'll recall later in episode 14, we began working on a clothing industry and a dyer up here, so we're going to keep working on that. That's going to be something that's coming up. And then, of course, we also want to continue work on this main hall. And my God, there's a lot of work to do out here still. So let's duck back outside and let's decide what it is that we want to trade. And we have an obscene amount of food and drink. So I think that's going to be on the first order of business of what we're going to try and trade. But yeah, we've got to get those goods moved out here first and foremost. We'll keep the bronze bolts. And let's see. Where is the food? I scrolled right past it without even looking. Maybe it's prepared meals. Boy, there's a bunch of roasts there. Yeah, we'll trade this stuff here. That's going to come out. Do we have a way to trade drinks? Or maybe the dwarves won't do that. Do we seriously not have a way to trade drinks? Toys, tools, thread, tanned hides, tables, splints, slabs, rough gems, quivers. No. Can we not trade drinks? Not gonna lie, that's a little crummy. Although not particularly surprising, I suppose. Before I go any further with this, I think I also need to just check our mandates. Oh, you know what? That's a problem. So we can't export battle axes, but we can export some of these toys. So we'll do that real quick. We need to handle this, though. I had Seabrick. Yeah, I know what I did wrong. I saw a dwarven house with 2 chests in it. And instead of questioning why I had done that, we just went ahead and removed one. So let's go here. Needs a decent study. Needs decent quarters. He has decent quarters, but he's missing something. Yeah, he's missing... Why is there a child in his room? Hopefully that's his child. Yeah. Oh, this little guy's actually a creator of an artifact as well. Another stone crafter. We have so many good stone crafters. But yeah, he's sleeping in Dad's bed. Okay, so that's the reason why this had 2 chests. Alright, so Seabrick, I'm sorry for that. That's going to be taken care of here in just a minute. We're going to make a couple of gold chests. Not 10. We're going to make 2. And those gold chests will go in here. I'll just have to remind myself, and hopefully I can remember, because we do have quite a bit to do still. Let's get back to this now. So we've got our prepared meals that can be traded. And honestly, I think this might be a little bit like we've kind of overdone this, if I'm being honest. But prepared meals have an extremely high value for whatever reason. And if I remember, yeah, so trading in this year would have been good for cloth. So do we have any cloth that we can offload here? It'll be worth extra. Not a lot. In fact, not any that I'm willing to trade at this point. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way things go. We won't have a way to dictate what we want to trade for next year at a good deal because our outpost liaison got spooked and ran off the map somehow. So, I guess we're back to trading gems, which I can't believe I'm about to say that. But it seems like that's where we're at. Let's try and do this in the most efficient way possible. And by that, I'm probably just going to click a bunch of different ones here. I don't want to trade all of our different types away. That seems like a very foolish idea, so we'll just trade... Look at all them zircons. Got 2 rose cuts, so we'll get rid of 1. Tanzanites. It'd be really nice if these were like all grouped together so you could find the duplicate ones. It seems like none of them are duplicates in that case, but that's an awful lot of different types of cuts. Sure. If that doesn't give us what we need, I don't know what will. And since he's he just picked up the make rhyolite blocks job, but we'll have him come out and trade. So the weather's cleared. Here come all the dwarves moving the requisite items for our trade, which hopefully we can just clean this caravan out. But if experience has taught me anything, we might actually need more gems to make this a fair trade. One more, we're ready to go. Let's do a trade. Oh, you're still unloading. All right, well, I am going to ask that a few more cut gems be made available. Just in case. You know? Let's get down here to some of the more valuable ones that are a little bit more numerous. Red zircon. Tapered baguette. Tourmalines. Alexandrites. We can do a few more of the Tanzanites. Sure, another brown zircon. That seems legit. 13 more. I don't think we need to trade for food at this point, which I can't believe I'm actually going to say that, but that's where we're at. All right. Here we go. Here's all of our boulders, and I can't believe they brought all these boulders. You know what this stuff is? This is flux stone. And we're taking all of it. Limestone, marble, dolomite, chalk. calcite. Yeah, this is all flux. We asked you to bring us flux. You brought us flux. We'll take some logs too. Why the heck not? Oh, that's a lot of logs. We don't have any wood, so seems good. 4 steel anvils, yes, please. It's 4 more workshops downstairs. This is a lot of meat. A lot of fish. Wow, a ton of plump helmets. They brought us a lot of food. Capers, garlic, cheese. Anything else, guys? Like, no. Okay, well. Everybody loves cheese. So that's 7K. Just give me all this stuff, I guess. They didn't bring a lot, if I'm being 100% honest, right? Like, I don't think we need plump helmets. I don't want any of the... Yeah, I don't want any of the plump helmets. We really have enough fish. I feel like we could get some of this stuff from our own backyard as well. Just grab a little bit of meat, I guess. Wolverine meat. Ibex meat. Y'all got some really weird types of meat. Okay, so we're at about 8.7K. Let's throw the cheap stuff in first. Something tells me they won't go for that if I just left it like that. As much as I'd like to. Let's do that. That'll get us a good chunk of the way there. Yeah, we only need a few gems, actually. This is awesome. So we're at comparable value. Boy, I maybe maybe I underestimated exactly how much this is going to take. You guys are making a huge profit off of us. Let's drop some of these other cheap ones down, see if we can get this as close to parity as possible. Oops. No, did I do that wrong? There we go. Okay. Our efforts are legend, huh? Well, I don't know. I feel like this is a successful trade. There's a lot of stuff in here that's directly equated to food. But sure, whatever. We've got the boulders, logs, and anvils that I wanted. Those are the real big things here. Right? All of this flux stone. Before we actually hit... Yeah, we'll just do the trade here. And then... Can I go back to these cut gems and tell you guys to bring them back inside? Oh, I can. I shouldn't have to do this. Feels like I should just be able to, like... No. Why would there be a button like that in the UI? Okay. Alright, we've got a couple of things that we need to do here. Oh, we can release Stoder. Thanks, buddy. I want to go into, I think it's labor and stone use. Select to use non-economic jobs. And I don't want us making any of the calcite, chalk, dolomite, limestone, marble. Can make obsidian, that's fine. And I think when you say non-economic jobs, basically what that means is that you could, you know, make bismuth out of, you could make bismuth out of this, or plaster powder, or, you know, coal, or whatever it is. So yeah, we'll do that. We've got ourselves some steel. Let's make sure we got the jobs ready for that. I think we have the jobs set up. So make pig iron bars 5. Flux boulders greater than 9, and iron bars greater than 9. I don't know how many bars we got. And then this guy is dependent. Yeah, okay. So let's see. We'll see if these jobs kick off. Yeah, they're satisfied, so they're going to kick off. That's great. Fantastic. We're going to be making steel. This is great news. I think, what the heck happened here? I have 2 different... Yeah, we're getting rid of those. Guys, we want these to match. What happened up here? Honestly. We'll do some looms as well while we're looking at our clothing industry. And yeah, let's do... What are these made out of? Copper? Yeah. I wanted to make them out of copper. That's what I wanted. Was that not a thing? Oh well. Workshops. Looms. We'll make them out of copper bars. Definitely want to make them out of copper bars. Oh, well, that's not... It's definitely suboptimal. Let's take a look and think about this for a minute. So those are going to go away. I would have room to place another dyer stand up here. Or I could put the 2 dyers in the middle. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So we'll do the loom. The loom's over here. I might be over-optimizing this a little bit, and you're just going to have to, like, work with me on that. He's going to deconstruct that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's go workshops. Let's make a loom over here now out of copper bars. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in here once again, and we're going to rebuild 2 of these looms. Here and here. Here for sure. Okay. You'd think I would, you know, just know what I'm doing, but... Nope, I don't want a loom here, and I don't want a loom here. My goodness. Want dyers, want the looms in the back, and you want the dyers in the front. Or dyers in the middle. So we're going to go with dyers right here. There we go. And I didn't select my material. Why not? Select material after placement. Oh, seriously? That's weird. That's what I was missing. Okay, so we'll do Bloodthorn and Bloodthorn. The workshop color is not dictated by the type of stone or the type of material that you construct it from. It is dictated by the buckets and barrels that you use, apparently. Sure. All right. And then we'll throw I think we'll throw a leather worker down here just because, why not? I don't know that we'll actually do anything with the leather, but there's the copper. And then we're going to make 3 looms. We'll start back here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I think I have it right now. Sorry, dwarves. Keep hammering away. Just enclose this and make it a nice finished space with a little door coming off of it. Why is that one suspended? Oh, hey, you know what? I also forgot. Let's go down to our work area. We got 4 more. Yay. So let's build 4 more, and these are out of orthoclase. So we'll go workshops, and we'll go magma forge. Yeah. Orthoclase blocks. We only need a couple more anvils. By my count, 2. And this area is totally done. Gold chest is completed, so we can go back up to Dabbles' room here, if I can find it. Are you on the ground floor or the upper floor? Yeah. We should have given him one of the bigger bedrooms, I suppose. But here it is. We'll go chest. And you're going to get 2 golden chests. And you can have that Violet coffer because why not? I'm totally fine with that. So building that up. These guys are building all of this up. Oh my gosh. Well, this is what happens when you forget about the steel. So, or forget how to make steel. Yeah, we're going to have to do something about that because we need some type of coal in order to make those guys. So, what we got to go back down here and do is on the pig iron is we've got to add refined coal greater than 4. And we're going to have to go hunting for some refined coal as well. Dang it, I thought I fixed that. Okay, so that looks nice. Nice little setup there. Someone's just eating a whole wheel of cheese. I'm not even mad, that's amazing. Oh, that's right. Probably need to discuss the plan for this here too before we start building any more on top of it. But let's get this finished here, shall we? So, we know that we've got thread that we need to make into... We can collect webs, which we don't want to do. We won't want to weave metal cloth. We don't really have yarn. So it's just the weave thread into cloth that we're going to want to do. And I think we'll do it 3 at a time because we have 3 workshops, and each workshop will just accept 1 order. So we'll do that. And the idea here is that the weaving jobs will kick off with pigtails. And then after that, we'll get the pigtails sorted out and we'll weave the pigtails into cloth, and the pigtails will get dyed. The dyed pigtail, we will make the thread. The thread will go to our dyer's shop. The dyer's shop will output dyed thread. And then this will... do we have a missing step here? This... Oh, no. You've got to be kidding me. I've got it backwards again. Okay, so I think we've got to put these in the opposite order to what I have here. Which means... Don't be mad at me, dwarves. Please don't be mad at me. Ah. Oh, it's embarrassing. Okay, so we got some farmers' workshops upstairs that we need to handle. So this is going... Let's get this set up properly. And then we'll worry about processing the pigtails into plants, or into thread. So dyeing will be the first process, dyeing the thread. Making the thread have a color. Okay. All right, so let's rethink this. We're going to have thread coming in here. It's just going to be thread that's coming into this place. So the workflow states then that I need to have a way to dye that thread. So we'll do... Oops, come on. We'll do this guy here, and we'll do copper. That's my leatherworks. Then we're going to do 2 dyers. I can't believe I screwed that up. You think you know how to do something. Lead, bloodthorn, lead, bloodthorn. Okay, so here's our dyers. Our dyers spit stuff out into a QS here that's going to have the looms. And the looms are going to be... Oh, gosh. I still can't believe I did that. That's annoying. There we go. Still making lavish meals. That's good. All right. Oh, hey, he's eating cheese as well. All right. Alrighty then. So here we go. Here we go. Now we're ready. Undyed thread is going to go right here. This is the thread quantum stockpile. And it is going to be a custom stockpile. And I've got to find where's thread. We'll just throw all of the thread in there because I want to... No, I don't want any color. I want undyed. Undyed thread goes in there. Okay. So thread, silk, plant, yarn, and it's undyed. It's going to go in this little spot right here. Cool. Okay, and then there, my leatherworks is over here. All right. Now let's make a track stop. I told you I would get here eventually. It's going to go down. But I haven't done this very many times, you guys. It's one of those things that's like... it's one of those things that... you know what? Let's repaint that. Let's just start with this. It'll be easier to get started. And this is also going to be undyed thread. So we go into cloth, all of our thread, except for metal and undyed. And this should be none. And this one here should also be none. Gosh, I sure hope this works. Okay. We'll let them kick that off. He's making the track stop. Oh, and we need to process some plants. Yeah, up here. So I think we've got the Tanner's workshops up here. I totally forgot about that. Let's process plants. Can I make a... Yeah, let's process... That's it? Oh, we're brewing pigtails. That's why. I bet you we're brewing pigtails. We don't need to do that anymore, guys. We don't need to live like this. Tasks. Is it tasks? It's labor. Kitchen. Yum. Yeah, you can do that. Only brew plump helmets and cave wheat. Don't brew pigtails. Okay, so we don't brew them. We only have 11? It seems strange. Maybe they just... We haven't processed them, so that's probably why. Process plants. Pigtail. Process pigtails. Let's do that. I don't know. Do that a bunch of times. Hey, a yak bowl. Let's take care of Mr. Yak. Probably shouldn't personify him like that. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Can we at least get, like... I have rolled yak bowl so many times. Can we at least get, like, a couple more cows? I'm just asking for a friend. Couple more cows, please. So the first one... He's high stamina and healthy. Yeah. Okay. And then yak bowl number 2 is tough. And then yak bowl number 3 is nothing. He's just... He felt love after gaining a sibling. Oh no. Don't read that. Don't read that. Yeah, we're going to get rid of these two. And we'll just keep the high stamina one. We're going for high stamina breed here. The milk's been done. Process as many pigtails as we can so we can get them into the ground. Are we even planting pigtails? don't know if we're even planting them. It doesn't look like it. We are doing up the plump helmets, though. Okay, so there's our pigtail seeds. We'll make this a pigtail farm right here. You can only do summer and autumn for pigtails, which is fine. That's a mixed plot. I'm going to put numbers on these too because it's really hard to tell where they begin and end. And that's because I didn't think through very carefully about... So we should have 1, 2, 3. This is 4. And we'll do pigtails and pigtails. We don't have any dimple cups as well, but we'll do dimple cups on the other side. That's fine. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is mixed plot 5. And we're doing cave wheat on all of those. I don't think we need to do... We really don't need more... Oops. So we got 6 farm plots. Okay. We'll do sweet pods. We'll do dimple cups. Okay, so we got some thread. Those have been marked for jobs. Honestly, we want to try and get... I know we're slaughtering those yak bulls, so I want to leave the dwarves to have a chance to kind of handle some of this stuff. Get the new stuff planted, get some pigtails processed, you know, because up here is really where I want to see that thread land, because we can't really build our next thing until our next quantum stock until that's done. And once we get something in here, then it'll be fine. And then I guess we'll just leave this for a place where leather supplies can go. Like, we got a leather works right there, so... Yeah. And the leather worker can then make some type of clothes. That's kind of what I'm thinking anyways. Okay, you're working the pigtails. You got a pigtail. We probably need to, like, put our seeds in a better place so that the farmers have them up here, too. Gosh, we have a lot of work to do. Every time, I'm like, oh, this is going great. And then it's like, well, is it? You're just so behind on everything. Okay, now, how come... Where did that thread go? It's all out here. Okay. Can fix that. No thread, guys. That's fine for adamantine. You know what? No thread at all. No cloth. We're trying to fix this. Bye-bye, merchants. Oh, there's giant flies out on the surface, too. That could be why the liaison left. Honestly, like, there's a good chance that liaison saw one of those giant flies and just noped the heck out of there. Okay, there's a bunch of pigtail seeds. Oh, they're gonna go put the seeds right in the ground. That's fine. Just put some cloth or put some thread in here for me, guys. Please. Yay. Those jobs are going to keep canceling. Why is this? I'm really concerned. This is like getting bare and more bare and more bare and more bare. It's almost like we have to get into the cavern layer and then have someone track some fungus and stuff up for our dwarves to work on. Or for our yaks to eat. Okay, there's 3 threads here. Did I not do this correctly? Like, are these stockpiles not set up properly? Dwarves, can you help me out with this? Yeah, okay. Let's just put the all colors okay as well. Even though that shouldn't matter. That should be like what comes out afterwards. Okay, so yeah, let's watch one of these guys. Okay, someone just grabbed them. Who's got them here? Store item in vehicle. What are you carrying? That's pigtail seeds. Go to stocks. Okay, so that one's in... that one's in the hospital. Which, that's fine. Also in the hospital. Oh. Hey, there we go. Okay, so we got thread in both places now. That's what I wanted. Goodbye, merchants. Say goodbye to the merchants. Let's throw a minecart in here. We're off to the races now. That's not how you do it. You go here, and you go add new route. And this is going to be called the thread quantum stockpile. And we're going to add a route, or add a track stop. We're going to add a minecart. We want this minecart right here, because he's the first one that's... And this is going to be cloth. All thread. Now I'm super concerned. Like, we're going to say undyed, all colors. Just in case. And we're going to rename this stop thread stop. And let's get our stockpiles, the from and to stockpiles. So it dumps to this bottom one, which is our thread quantum stock. And it takes from the undyed thread supply. Okay. Delete, 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 delete. And I think we are done. Now, we can say, yeah, sure, why not? This stockpile only takes from here, from the thread quantum stock. Looks good. I like. And I think we'll do 2. Sure, that's fine. This guy is going to take from this guy here. We'll limit the... And done, sorry. We'll limit the work orders to 2. Trying to do this all automated makes it way easier when the fortress gets really big and really busy, right? Because all the backside or back end infrastructure to get this stuff going You don't want to have to worry about when you got like a couple of hundred dwarves. Okay. So, these guys are going to dye the thread, which means... I only really need, like, one spot here. No, I'll just leave it. It's fine. Okay. So now this one is going to be for dyed thread. So we'll add a stockpile. And this is going to be dyed thread supply. And we'll go into cloth and all thread. And this is going to be dyed, and all colors can go in here. Perfect. And then we're going to make another stockpile. You probably already guessed what's going to happen here. This is going to be dyed thread quantum stockpile. Right. And those guys... You know what? These poor dwarves. Don't hate me. I'm doing it again. They're not positioned right, okay? They're not positioned right. Hear me out. I want these quantum stockpiles to be right here, right here, right here, and then everything just goes down into the bazaar down here. The clothing quantum stock, which won't get used for a while, by the way. Like, it's all going to end up being just gobbled up because there's so many dwarves that need clothes. Like, you could take any dwarf that we have on screen. It's probably got ratty looking clothes. Let's just take Reg here for example, and let's look at his items. Yeah, these are like threadbare. Capital X is like he's almost running around naked. So we're gonna have a whole bunch of really angry dwarves if we don't get this thing online ASAP. Let's go here and let's do... Oh, I forgot. We need a track stop. That's a construction. Here's the track stop. It dumps that way. It goes here. And we'll use phyllite blocks. Cool. Let time run a little bit. And sorry, if you don't know how to use quantum stockpiles, this is your episode. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, this is the time where you can learn how to do quantum stockpiles with someone who is probably dumber than you are. All right, let's put those looms back. The looms in the clothing back down. There's some fighting going on. I don't like that. Clothier. Copper bar. Kaboom. Perfect. Yeah, let's go find out what's going on with this. Did the giant fly just carry him off? Oh. Kivish. The swords dwarf. Are these guys just like... Oh, they're leaving the map. Well, this is the... This is the risk of settling on an untamed wild. You got all kinds of giant stuff that happens upon you, which is fine. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but okay. Now, do I have something that I can use to dye stuff? Dye thread. Make dye. We don't have any bags. Okay, so all right, we're going to make leather bags. And we're going to need leather bags anyways to start the glass industry, which is something that I want to do. So we're going to do that by work order here, and it's going to go in here. Nope, that's not the way you do it. Let's get rid of that job that I accidentally made. Make leather bag. And let's make 5. Heck, let's make 10. And I don't think it matters how much leather we have, but if the amount of tanned hides is greater than 9, I want to keep 5 in reserve, 5 tanned hides in reserve, just in case we have a dwarf with a mood who needs some leather. Then we'll make 5 leather bags, and we're just gonna keep doing that, right? I don't see a problem with that. Which is, this is satisfied. I think those are going to get gobbled up really quickly. Let's double check. Oops. Let's view this stockpile. Let's double check that this is 0. See, whenever you make changes to these things, they automatically pop up with more storage and tools. So you've got to be really careful that you don't have a bin or a barrel sneak in. Otherwise, the dwarves will just drop one in there, and then you've got to start the whole process all over again. Which, yeah, that's frustrating. So I've got cloth, or I've got thread. Do I have dimple cups? I've got 10 dimple cups. Oh. And do these need to be processed? Well, let's wait for the leatherworks. I've got something down here. That's a leatherworks. That's a tanner's. That's a leatherworks. So we have a leatherworks down here. We can probably disassemble this one. Just because... Ended a mandate. Thank you. We've got a yak calf. Please tell me it's going to be a cow. Please tell me it's going to be a cow. Survey says... Well, the merchants are still around. The flies leave us alone. I don't know what the problem is. Hey, we've got a girl cow. Well, yeah, of course a cow would be a girl. But this calf is going to become a cow. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That makes me happy. Woohoo! Oh, there's a bobcat now? Guys. Is Elath injured? Okay, so she's all right. We've got a lot of dwarves going out here to help with these boulders, and they're kind of running into some problems. That's going to knock somebody into the lava. I can just feel it right now. All right, so going back here, because I've never done dyeing before. Dye cloth a specific color, dye leather, dye thread a specific color, mix dye, make dye. I think we have to process the dimple cups. So let's go up to the farmer's workshop, and you're just making a metric ton of thread. And I've got 4 things of thread there. Okay, so I can't process any more pigtails because... Okay, so they canceled the task. Yeah, that's fine. But we're growing more pigtails. So this is going to be an ever-increasing industry that we'll need to have set up. Okay, that's perfect. All right. I don't know what I was worried about. Um, okay, so let's do add new task, process plants. Okay, so the sweet pods have to go into a barrel. Okay, that's right. What's vial? A valley herb. I don't know what that means. I think that's like for a potion or something like that to make something, which is fine. So we'll go process plants, and then I'll give you a specific one. Can I process dimple cup? No. I can process quarry bush. Okay. Nope. All right. So that means that up here, whoops. What are you doing? Someone picked up the task and they threw the thread down and they canceled the job. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, farmer cancels dye thread, needs unrotten dye item in linked stockpile. I need dye. How do I make dye? Well, I add a new task and I make a dye. But we need bags. Okay, so that's what we're literally what we're waiting on is the bags. Okay, so now I've got a bag. I can do this. Make dye. I've got an empty bag right there. Oh, okay, okay. It literally says dimple cup. Okay. Can't you dye stuff with dimple cups? It doesn't say it in here. We'll have to come back to that. It's not the end of the world just yet. Let me check a couple of things. Okay. So, methinks I have a way to do this now, and I think I kind of understand. We pause the recording for just a couple of minutes so that I can look some things up. We need to process plants, but we can't process them at the farmer's workshop. We need mills. And we don't currently have any mills in the fortress. And it's not like you can just build these things. There's a couple of different ways to do it, if I remember correctly. I think you need the quern. But yeah, we're gonna focus on getting some more houses built right now, because we're gonna need to mill the dimple cups. Once we mill the dimple cups, then we've got a way to dye stuff, and when we have a way to dye stuff, that's the golden ticket right there, right? So, yeah, we still have some work to do in that regard. Now, I think what I'm going to do here, we're just going to start building this stuff out. And once we get to here, we're going to build some unique looking houses here. And I think we'll do it out of... We got a lot of granite. Let's do some granite. We haven't worked up granite lately. These two will be a little smaller. That's okay, though. And we'll finish the orthoclase back here. And I think, do I want to extend towards the... I think I want to extend this direction. So let's get to some digging here as well. Oh, and that's the edge of the map. So we're going to dig up to the edge of the map. We'll mine that out, and then we'll channel it down. Right? And, oh, hey. I don't know that I can actually... I've got enough supplies to do this second story here, because we need phyllite, and we don't have a lot of phyllite. But let's check. I got 50 phyllite blocks, 48 phyllite blocks. Ah. Not quite enough. But I think we can actually finish one of them, which is great. Oh, yeah, we need some floor there. Totally forgot about that. These dwarves are going to be happy when they have an open air. Oh, yeah, and we can do some more over here, too. Where are my manners? I think we have enough to let time fly for just a little bit here. Granite was what we did. Yeah, we got 700 granite blocks. So granite is the new play. Oh, these are going to be big ones. Just, you know, so they stay with the theme. And we'll get some of this stuff going on here. Don't think we have enough phyllite there, so we'll just keep on keeping on with the granite. And we need to do stairs. That's right. Man, I got super confused with got super confused with all of the dying stuff. It's not super clear. And I guess if you were like dyeing and spinning your own cloth and stuff like that at home, it would probably be obvious to you, but you know, we don't really do that kind of stuff anymore. So select material after placement. I think this is Phyllite. Yeah, we just got a huge influx of Phyllite. That's cool. And throw in something on here. Let's resume construction here. Let's get our doorways engraved first. First and foremost. Yeah, this is Phyllite. Okay. Not a wall. We'll put the floor down first. No, we don't have enough. Doors. Door this guy up. Looks good. These guys are done down here. Looks like we've got some mischievous creatures hanging around. Oh, we got the giant vultures back. That's okay. I don't think we left anything outside, so I'm not overtly concerned about it at this moment in time. Got that done. Get that set up. And we can do some engraving down here. Also put a wall in over here. Whoops. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Got a whole bunch of bags that have been created. That's good. Oh, hey, you know, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Just real quick, toss that guy. I'm trying to use the orthoclase sparingly just because it's actually quite pretty, and I don't have a lot of it right now. Select material, yeah, okay. Ah. Come on, Unc. Some magnetite. Some more firelight blocks in there. These are ready to engrave. This is ready to be appointed. Throw a bed in there. And we got a chest. Gotta make some goods here. Let's pay attention to that real briefly. 3 more beds. That's gonna become a problem. Although we keep getting wood, so... And it's not like he's telling us... It's not like Dabbles is saying, make beds and we don't need them, or we won't eventually need them. Right? Like... Furniture. Yes, that's what I was doing. Cabinet. And then we've got some weapon rack. And then, as usual, the requisite armor stand. Yay. Okay, that's good. Okay, they're starting to smooth all of that stuff out. We can start building some walls up here. This is going to be out of granite. And we'll make these doorways slightly higher priority. Thank you. And then we can actually do some more construction over here. And we can do a slightly higher priority for engraving here. And I think we're close on firelight here. We got enough to at least kickstart it here. We'll get some of there eventually. Switching back to granite. Trying to juggle a little bit here, just how this all works. Just to maximize our success rate. Keep the dwarves very, very, very busy as we move into the late autumn here. And this is 4, 6, 7, 8. So this should be enough. This should be enough for the homes that we need for our dwarves, which is going to be a huge goal. A goal for the episode that I wanted to accomplish, even though I spent so much time dealing with a stupid die. Meanwhile, the dwarves are like, we're going to be like running around naked here if you don't do something, Ankh. And that ship may have already sailed. There's another bedroom. These are coming along. Oh, you know, that wasn't actually... Oh, I guess it's already been engraved. Oh, it's interesting. Getting it, if it's engraved from the top or from the side, it also counts as engraved on the top. That's interesting. Did not know this. That's okay. Got some firelight. Yep. Nice. So we'll have that ready to go. Cranking along, cranking along. This is all done, so we can have them channel out. Just making sure that that channel won't actually cut into our friendly volcano there. That would be horrendous if that happened. Be well, I don't know if it would be an end. It wouldn't be. It would be kind of suboptimal for what we were going to do with this fort, and it would set us back probably a couple of years if we flooded the fort with lava. There'd be a lot of very unhappy dwarves for a while, and there would certainly be plenty of deaths. Plenty of deaths. I'm looking for granite blocks, not diorite. Door, door, door. Those are all done. Just need one more wall there, it looks like. Granite blocks. Did I say granite? Yeah. I don't remember what I said. I think I misclicked. Granite. Yeah. There we go. These guys will continue to dig here. Okay. Now we can go through and do some engraving here. We can go through and do some engraving here. And once that gets built, uh-oh, that might not be able to be built. Dang it. Did I screw that up? I sure did. Knock that one down. My bad, dwarves. This can get engraved. And are we ready to... Yeah, we're ready to appoint this one here with all the stones in it. Oddly enough, dwarves don't seem to mind a bunch of stones in their room. Or boulders. Which I find interesting. I don't think I would feel the same way if I was going to live in a place like this. Especially if I was going to be expected to do all of the brutal labor. I'd be like, you need to give me a place with a clean floor that I can keep clean and maybe even keep it clean for me. And I don't want any detritus plaguing my home. But that's probably why I'm not a dwarf. Now, some of my friends might say, you have the mannerisms of one. And that's fair criticism, you know? I think to a certain extent, all of us are dwarves at one point or another. We'll throw another bed in here. That one's ready to be appointed as well. It's weird. I'm always so impressed at how fast they get stuff done, and then it's like, oh man, this is taking forever. Could you just go a little faster? Yep. The weapon rack and armor stand are not really required for dwarven bedrooms, so... But I thought it would be fun to just throw them into this fort. Everyone gets one, you know? Oh, this one's ready to be appointed as well. Like I said, they're fast. Let's get that cabinet in there, guys. Then let's do weapon rack. And then let's do an armor stand. I think this one's ready. This one's ready. This one is ready. This one is ready. Love it. This one's going to be ready in just a second, so we may as well get that all ready to go. Persimmon wood. And come back after the save. I'll pause that real briefly, and we'll just get these orders all set up here. Then what we'll do is we're going to jump back over because it sounds like we've got a dwarf in a strange mood, which is great. Probably means we're going to get another artifact. If we don't get an artifact, then I guess that's a problem, huh? Military, armor stand. That one's ready. And we can designate... No, they're not ready to do that one yet. Oh, he's making it right now. Cool, okay. And who's been taken? He's been possessed. He's claimed a craftsdwarf workshop, Doran. Sazirleven. Okay, well, let's let him wander about. It's not a familiar dwarf to me, so... You know, we'll leave it at that. This one is ready too. Oh, fantastic. Got some more. Oh, persimmon wood is a beautiful wood. I don't know if anyone has ever seen persimmon wood, but it's got a really interesting color to it. There's so many parallels to real life materials and whatnot in this game that it's really hard to not imagine some of these things being created and what it might look like inside one of these little dwarven apartments, you know? So it's just this last one up here that is waiting on assignment. Why does this pig iron job continue to... Let's go down there and see where that is. Let's cancel that. Pig iron cancel. Just gonna knock all of these guys off. Okay. Lots of stuff getting dug out here finally. Just make sure we've got all of these guys set. Sure looks like it. Everything's been designated. Beautiful. How about on the second floor? Everything's been designated up here as well. Adil has a bedroom. Regoth. I think that's a female dwarf. I didn't realize that that was an androgynous name. You can have it for both. Maybe that's the wrong word. But it can be a male or a female dwarf name. I think something weird just happened with my audio. Mathful. Go through and label all of these. Oh, that. You screwed that up, Onk. I've done that a couple of times where done and then add another one. You either have to use the multi or okay. Not unclaimed, unclaimed, unclaimed. Oh, that one is claimed. Jurist. Reg. Welcome, Reg. Rakust. And then Doran. Not Dorn. There we go. I think those are all good. Rutil. What is a Rootle? Rutile? I don't know how to say that one. This is going to be ready to go. We can start appointing this one. Because why not? Oops. We need an armor stand. There we go. Another construction mandate. Moody Dwarf is still he's still gathering items. You got a lot of stuff to gather there, buddy. Okay. It's looking good. Can we assign any of these? That's the real question. So, has. Everybody has, and I think the children stay with their parents. So, we actually, I think, have done a good job of making sure that... Okay. Doran has begun a mysterious construction. This is excellent. We still got a pig iron bar. Just Valor, right? Okay. Well, he's working, or Doran, she's looks like she's almost done. What is she working on? What do we got in here? Whole bunch of pots. Rhyolite, phyllite, citrines, saguaro rib wood logs, pigtail cloth. Took some of my cloth. Cave spider, camel bone, leather. Good lord. You got quite a bit of stuff going on, girlfriend. I hope this is cool. I guess we'll find out. We'll stick around just to find out how that story ends. And we'll just give you a spoiler alert for next episode. So we've got to get a Dimple Cup dye supply here. And I might just play around with this a little bit to make sure that I understand exactly how to do it, so that the next video isn't such a swamp of nightmare. Why are you stranded? Just come down. That's hilarious. I don't know how he got stranded up there. Someone dug something out from under him. That's great. We could actually do a quantum stockpile for all of our bones. We've got a lot of bones, and we've got a lot of prepared meals. Totally forgot. We need to take this and, like, do something different with it. I think the audio did get goofed up there, because that was a lot louder. Sorry for that. Here we go. Doran Sazraleven. She is a furnace operator, and she's created Mesmism Dalam Nanges. Nanges? Nanges? A phyllite crown. She offers it to the mighty anvils. This might be the thing that we want. Let's take a look at this phyllite crown. That was not what I wanted to do. I really wish it wouldn't scroll or jump between levels if there was nothing to scroll. Mesmism Dalam Nanges. This is a phyllite crown. Well, it's quite valuable. All crafts dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with single-cut citrines, decorated with giant cave spider silk, and encircled with bands of rectangular phyllite cabochons. Rectangular rhyolite cabochons and lead. This object menaces with the spikes of phyllite, giant one-humped camel leather, and giant one-humped camel leather bone. You could definitely tell these dwarves don't really like these one-humped camels. That was traumatic for us. On the item is an image of Autumn Sect Clasp, the dwarf in Swagoro rib wood. Autumn Sect Clasp is contemplating. The artwork relates to the withdrawal from society of the dwarf Autumn Sect Clasp in Anvilseal in the mid-autumn of 45. On the item is an image of bucklers and pigtail. Well, that's interesting, because that kind of means... Where's this Autumn Sect Clasp? Ah, it was probably when she decided to create her artifact. All right. A proficient fisher dwarf. Cool. So she's out there fishing. That's great. We're going to jump back over to this crown. And here's what I think we're going to do. Seabrick, you don't have anything that really signifies your station. And you asked us to make another bed. So before I give you anything else, let's make the bed. This fortress is just going to be littered with beds, you guys. What a strange noble. I should have expected as much from Dabbles. Okay, so we go back to our nobles. And Barren, why don't you wear this crown? Would you like that? Let's find him. What is he actually wearing right now? He's meditating on misery. He's not wearing a crown. But, yeah, that's... We are on the ragged edge, you guys. I don't think I've ever gotten a fort to go quite so long without making any clothes. So, yeah, that should be fun. We got to get that done. Okay. Still got a long ways to go in the main hall, but I think that all of the dwarves have homes, and we could even assign the children homes should they want them. It's not going to stop us from kind of building some houses up in the background, and I think we'll continue to work on that in the background, but it's really cool to see all of the dwarves have houses. That's a huge win for us. Honestly, it wasn't too big of a lift, if we're honest. Like, come on. All of these guys, all of these guys are done. We can probably start making some streets here. And I think we can delete our dormitory. Yeah, let's delete that. We'll uninstall these beds so whoever lives here doesn't have to hear a bunch of snoring dwarves outside. Honestly, that would be a little disconcerting. I don't know that I'd be able to sleep if there was people that were right out in my yard who were snoring. But again, that's probably why I'm not a dwarf. Who is this, by the way? Oh, yeah, it's the creator of the crown, of Dabbles' crown. Doran. Thank you, Doran. Thank you for your service, and I hope you enjoy your new home, your granite home. All right, folks, thanks for joining me for another session. Really appreciate you watching along and sticking with me through the remaining part of the session there, as far as, learning how to do dyeing cloth, even though that's a kind of a big update in this patch. So thanks for watching along. And hey, you probably know someone who's got dwarven tendencies in your life, and do me a favor, as you go about your day, find them and hit them with a little bit of kindness, and maybe they won't be as dwarfish to you. We'll see you next time.